So welcome everyone to Gentle Yoga. Nice to see you all again. So get nice and comfortable in your seat. Maybe leaning forward, scooting back, and sitting up tall, adjusting in any way that's needed. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And together, let's take another deep breath in and let go even more. Allow your eyes to close. Let your body settle into the chair. Feel the support and feel yourself being fully held and supported so that you can let go. When we do nothing to relax, it just happens. So on every exhalation, just let the relaxation flood through the body. The legs are softening, shoulders relaxing. The belly is soft, the hips and the pelvis, and all the muscles in your face. We have very tiny muscles around the eyes. A lot of expression coming through the eyes, so we're just slowly letting go of expressions in the face. In the jaw, a lot of time we hold tension right in the jaw, and that goes into the neck and the shoulders, all the way down the spine, into the hips. So loosen up the mouth, make sure the teeth are separate. And remember that very soft Buddha smile in the corner of the mouth that changes the chemistry in the body. And begin to become aware of your breathing. Allow the inhalations to become a little bit longer. But remember, we don't want the breath to disturb our state of being. We want to relax. And let the exhalations be long and slow. Just a 3-part breath, filling up the belly, letting it rise upwards all the way to the top. Exhaling top to bottom. And as you breathe this breath, exhaling all the breath on your exhalations, just observe the letting go, the softening, the coming into presence. Our intention in our yoga practice is not to compare ourselves, to push or judge. We are here to access consciousness. And the more engaged we are in what we're doing, the deeper our experience of ourselves becomes, the deeper we experience this union of body, mind, spirit. And as the breath deepens, you can add a soft Ujjayi breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, small contraction in the throat, and just listening to that soft sound of the ocean, those waves coming in and flowing out. Let's bring our hands together at the heart center with our eyes closed. We're going to chant one sound of Om. Let's take a deep breath in, full breath. Exhaling fully, let it go. And taking another deep breath in. Just allow that vibration to expand, to spread in your body, feeling the effects, further deepening our experience on the inside. And lowering the hands to your thighs and slowly opening the eyes, but keeping that consciousness, that awareness. There we go. We're going to begin with our breath pulling prana, getting that stale air out of the lungs and taking some deep breaths in. So that's taking a breath in, reaching up, and we pull that imaginary prana into our body with a nice exhalation, a forceful exhalation, okay? So we're gonna do that about 6 times. Here we go. Inhale deeply. Good. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Let your hands just float to your thighs. Close your eyes and you'll feel the effect. You're going to feel something in the body, a little shift, some buzzing, a little warmth. Just notice it. Let it be. Good, and opening the eyes for one more round. Go ahead, inhaling, reaching up. Inhale. Inhale. 2 more. 1 more. Again, close your eyes, rest your hands on your thighs and just feel. Let this come and go, all sensations. Let all your attention just drop right into this experience. Fully absorbed in whatever's happening in the body. Acknowledging any thoughts, just let them float in and float out. And again, letting the eyes now float back open. So we're going to bring our arms into eagle arms. We're going to bring the arms out and up on an in-breath. And then exhale. And then bring the arms forward with the right elbow underneath the left. And then crossing the elbows. You might just bring the backs of the hands together or the palms. And if it's really challenging, even bringing the backs of the hands together, give yourself a nice bear hug. All right? We don't want to come into any struggles. So find what works for you. Take a breath in, relax the shoulders back and down, and take another breath in, and exhale, reach the elbows forward and up. Go slow, we don't want to start lifting the shoulders. We're just raising the arms where it feels comfortable. And exhale, we're going to drop the elbows and drop the chin. Keep squeezing the arms together, palms, forearms, elbows. We're going to inhale, raise the elbows up again, lift the gaze, keep the shoulders down, not letting them lift. And exhale, drop the elbows once more, drop the head. And inhale again, lifting and just feeling the sensations in the shoulders, the neck, arms. And exhale, coming down. We're now going to inhale, bring the arms out to neutral. Take a breath in. And we're going to exhale, shift the arms over to the right and send your gaze over to the left. Not pushing. Remember, we're accessing consciousness. We're not thinking. We're feeling and being. Just shifting out of the doing and thinking mode. And inhale, slowly come back. And exhale, shift the arms left and gazing over the right shoulder. Exhale, fully empty it out. And inhaling, coming back to center. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, release the arms. Maybe roll the shoulders, shake out the arms a little bit. Take one deep, full breath, belly, ribs, chest. And exhale out all remaining tensions. Let the whole body come to relaxation. And opening your eyes. So preparing for the other side, we're going to first bring the arms out to the sides, make a fist, and rotate the wrists. We're going to go one way and then the other. So first going in one direction, doesn't matter which way. Remember that little smile in the corner of the mouth. It really goes a long way. Let's rotate the other direction. Good. Keep breathing. You always want to notice the tendency to hold the breath, stop breathing, or breathe shallowly. Good. And let's lower the hands. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale fully, let it go. When we continue these deep breaths, we begin to notice there might be a slight pause at the top of the inhalation and a slight pause at the bottom of the inhalation. We can hold that out for as long as feels comfortable, or hold it in as long as feels comfortable when we're at our edge in a pose. And Selena, in this class, an edge is where our ability to relax meets some resistance. So that's where we don't resist or push, we just relax there. Okay. So when you hear me say the edge. Good. So for the other side of eagle, arms, inhale out and up. Begin to exhale, bringing the arms down and bringing them forward, this time crossing the left arm underneath the right. Notice if this side's different, might be tighter, more open. Find what works for you. Relax the shoulders. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, begin to raise the elbows, squeezing the palms, forearms, elbows, whatever you have here, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And exhaling, dropping the elbows and dropping the chin. Keep that strength in the arms. We're stretching the back of the shoulders. Inhale, reaching up, lift the gaze, squeezing everything. And exhale fully, dropping everything down. Inhale, coming to neutral. And exhale, this time bringing the arms over to the left and gazing right. Send your gaze as far as feels comfortable, maybe even your eyeballs this time. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, shifting the arms right and gazing left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, slowly release the arms. Again, inhale out and up. And exhale, let them float back down. And again, these sensations you feel in your body are informing you of what you need. So if I'm not telling you to do something, but you're needing to shake out your arms or shoulders, that's what you do. We're paying attention to those messages in our body, being more and more connected to ourselves. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Not bringing any stress or tension from our previous pose. Good. So our next pose is called, actually before we do that, I think we're going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and press the palms out. And now we're going to alternate pressing the heel of one palm, I'm exaggerating so you can see, and pressing the heel of the other out. So press one heel and then the other. Give it a good stretch. Really reaching through the fingers. Keep breathing. Notice your shoulders. Good. Bring the hands back. Let's rotate the wrists. And while we're at it, let's rotate ankles. Not forgetting those joints. Creating fluid. Lotion is motion. And let's go the other way. And release. Close your eyes just for that moment to continually reconnect. Just being very conscious of each moment. And then opening the eyes. So you might feel a little something in your shoulders, arms, wrists, and that's okay. But we're going to do another exercise that's really, really nice for the shoulder. It's called the teacup. Some of you have been with me for a while, might remember this. It's kind of similar to the tray pose. So we're going to just take one hand. Let's take the right hand, bring the palm up. And you want to imagine you have a cup of tea in there. It's not really hot, so if you spill it, it's okay. It doesn't stain either. But we want to keep it level. So we're going to take a breath in and raise that up and let the fingers move out to the side and just bringing that hand right up. And you can also gaze upward if it feels right. And then we're going to bring that back down. So keep that teacup level, don't let it spill. And then bring it down and into the body and then bring it back. And try that again. Inhaling. We can go a little faster. Remember that slight pause at the top of the breath. And exhaling, bringing it down And again, maybe that slight pause at the bottom of the breath. One more time. You can feel this in your shoulder. Don't push it. Don't do it doesn't feel right. Exhaling. Good. Let's actually do that one more time because this is so good for our range of motion in our shoulders, getting the joint fluid. And back. Good. Good. You all did that really well. Let's shake out the arm a little bit. Were you holding your breath? If you take a deep breath in here, that means you might have been holding your breath. All right, good. Let's take the left palm up. And again, bringing that hand out. Inhale, raise that teacup up. Maybe gazing upwards at it as well. And exhaling, bringing it back. And in and behind you. Good. Inhaling. And exhaling. Just two more. Inhale. Little smile, deep breath. And exhale. Again, don't worry if you're spilling the tea. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And bring it forward. Relax. Maybe shake it out. Maybe the whole shoulder needs a shake out. This is great for letting out excess stress too. Shaking and going, right? This is what animals do when they've been in shock. They go into fight or flight or freeze, but they often shake afterwards. That's how they eliminate their stress. And we don't do that and sometimes hold on to it. So shaking is great, but let that voice go too. All right, so next we're going to come up on the edge of the chair a little bit. We're going to come over to the sides like this. So if you have a seat that has a cushion, you're not going to be able to slide, so you might have to shift a little bit. We're going to come over to the left, and then we're going to come over to the right. And then we're going to add the head in. We're going to let the knees come to the left, and we're going to look over to the right. So we're getting a little twist and stretching those neck muscles. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, right, looking left. Inhaling up. Don't worry about how far down your knee comes. This is my range of motion. It might not be the same for you. So just sliding back and forth a little bit. Good. Good. One more time, the other side. And then coming up. Good. Walking the feet back together. Deep breath. Close your eyes just for that moment to refresh, to come back to balance in that peaceful, calm place within. Good. And opening the eyes. We're going to do cobra pose, seated cobra pose. We want to bring the hands to the edge of the seat and come forward a little bit with the knees above the ankles. And the knees and feet hip width apart. That's about 2 fist distance, as most of you remember. Toes forward. Have the feet nice and grounded. Your sits bones grounded. I really like to pull the flesh out from the buttocks so the sits bones are even more grounded in the seat. Good. And the hands can be at the front of the chair. You might move them if it's more comfortable for you. The idea is to keep the tailbone reaching down to the chair as we press into the feet and the sits bones to get length in the spine. And as we're pressing and feel grounded, we begin to just lift the heart up towards the sky. Keep your chin a little tucked. Notice if your shoulders are forward, roll them back and down, but keep the tail reaching straight down. And by pressing into the feet, I'll turn to the side so you can see. By pressing into the feet, we're able to lift the heart up. And I'm not dropping my head back. I'm keeping the length between the shoulder blades, through the neck, the base of the skull, and out through the crown of my head. This is a nice chest opener. Breathe deeply. Keep pressing down to get the length to lift. One more. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your hands to your thighs and let your spine just round. Drop your chin a little bit. Come back to center. Lifting your head, but keeping your eyes closed. Just let your body relax once more. Breathe in deeply. Good, and opening your eyes when you're ready. Preparing for a side bend. So we'll just keep our right hand to the side of the chair. Left hand can begin on the shoulder. So we just want to be sure our shoulder's comfortable in this pose. We can eventually straighten the arm, but let's begin here. So keep the sits bones grounded. Inhale. Get length by pressing and extending. And as we exhale, we're going to come up and over to the right. Pay attention to the left sits bone. Let it be really grounded into the seat. And let your left elbow just come up as high as feels comfortable. And if that feels good, let the hand release from the shoulder and explore slowly straightening the arm a little bit. Maybe reaching a little bit more. So just get that length from that hip all the way through the side up into the elbow. That's what's really important. Relax your fingers. Breathe. And inhale, reach that left arm or elbow up. And go ahead and lower that arm back down. Bring your hands to your thighs and now just feel both sides. We've opened up the muscles between the ribs on the left side. And we're creating a little more space for oxygen to flow in. Good. When you're ready, open the eyes. Let's bring the left hand to the side of the chair. Again, the right hand on the shoulder. Keep the feet grounded. Sits bones grounded. Inhale, find the length. Raise that right elbow and exhale, coming over now to the left. The right sits bone is nice and grounded, so you can feel a stretch from that whole right side, the right hip through the side, through the elbow. And again, if this side feels okay, maybe bring that arm up or just keep it where it is. Let the elbow guide. Opening and breathing deeply into that right side so we can stretch and expand those muscles and create more space for oxygen. It might be hard to hold that pause at the top of the breath and the bottom of the breath. It's okay, don't force it. And let the breaths be deep and notice the exhalations relax. One more, inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, lower that right arm. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Move or adjust if you need to. Otherwise, come to stillness. And again, just feel, giving ourselves the opportunity to really feel what's happening. This expands the effect of the energy that's released by paying attention to it. And when you're ready again, let the eyes softly open. We always have that little pause between the poses to come back to the stillness, and we want to bring that with us into our next pose. So our next pose is called Thread the Needle. It includes a forward fold, and we remember that's just a hinge at the hip creases, not in the spine. So keeping that neutral spine. We're going to sit nice and tall. Keep the right hand on the right thigh. We're going to inhale as we press down and extend up. Reach that left arm up. And exhale, we're going to lower the arm and hinge forward and bring the back of that left hand on top of the right thigh. And keep hinging forward, allowing that arm to slide through. But finding that edge, you might stop and take a breath. And notice if the exhalation relaxes you, and you might just naturally go a little bit further without forcing. This isn't a competition. Threading that needle, taking another breath, just the hinge forward. One more deep breath, relaxing even the feet on the floor, your eyes, your jaw, soft smile. Good. And inhale, slowly come back up. And exhale, close your eyes, one deep breath in. Sighing is really good. So let it go, let it out. Good. And thread the needle on the other side, sitting tall. Inhaling the right arm out and up. Left hand on the left thigh, and exhale, hinging forward, placing the back of the right hand on top of the left thigh. And slowly on that exhalation, finding that first edge. Relax and soften on your breath in. And exhale, release. Maybe coming further, maybe not. Just relaxing where it feels right. Good. Couple more breaths. Never forcing, never coming into any struggle. And we can tell if we're coming into struggle, if we can no longer breathe deeply, or if our thoughts are running wild on us. So you can just keep focused on the breath and what you're feeling. Next inhalation, slowly coming up. Exhale, hands on the thighs, and again, just let the eyes close. Feel, experience, and receive as the benefits of this pose in your body. And opening our eyes, widening the feet. So we want the feet 45-degree angle. Knees are facing over the toes, going in the same direction, preferably over the second and third toes. We don't want them too wide or coming in. So just find that balance. Knees over the ankles. Do a little bit of cat and cow here in this pose. So take a breath in and let your tailbone begin to lift. The belly comes a little forward, the heart lifts, bringing the shoulders back again, not dropping the head back, keeping the length in the back of the neck. Lift your gaze. Exhale, scoot the tail underneath. We're moving in this way, movement initiated at the tail. Belly comes in on the exhalation, we drop the head, and inhale, lifting the tail once more, belly forward. And let your breath harmonize with your movement. Doesn't have to be coordinated with my movement, just with your breath. And just feeling your spine here. Where might there be a place that moves easily, and where might there be a place that might not move so easily? And as the spine warms up a little bit more, on your inhalation, you might want to pull on your knees a little bit to bring the heart a little more forward, to open the chest. You can add your Ujjayi breath to your Dirga Pranayama breath. Last one, exhaling and inhaling. And exhale, release. One moment to recover, deep breath. And long exhalation. And we're just going to move a little bit from this position. However you need to move to be comfortable, to bring the legs straight out, wide on the heels. So make sure you're comfy. We want the ankles flexed, the toes pulling in. And if you imagine your heels, you're not really going to be able to move them, but imagine your heels pulling up into your hips. You're going to feel your thighs activate a little bit more. So a little more strength required. So what we're going to do is inhale, bring the arms out and up. As you're pressing, you're still reaching and lengthening. So we don't want to collapse. We want to keep the lift. And as we exhale, I'm going to twist a little to the right. Bring my right hand onto my right hip and the outside of my left hand to the inside of my left thigh. And continue to exhale and hinge over to the left. Take a deep breath in. Relax your right shoulder, relax your face. Maybe you'll come down further, you don't have to. Keep the legs active, the ankles flexed. With your right hand and your right hip, you can feel that right shoulder coming back. And only if it feels right here, you can stay just like this. But if it feels okay, you can bring the right arm up or onto your shoulder as we did in the side bend. Either way, breathe deeply. Exhale, allow the body to soften, trying to keep that right shoulder back. If that requires you to come up a little bit, then come up a little bit. So if we're down here, the shoulders forward, then just bring yourself back up. You can just be here, right? Good. And inhale, slowly lower that right hand to your right hip, slowly sliding that left arm back up. Deep breath. Exhale fully. Feel what shows up for you here. Good. And again, keeping the legs active and strong. Pull the heels in. Feel the sits bones grounded and feel the length in your spine. Inhale the arms out and up, really reaching. Exhale, twisting a little bit, lowering the left hand to your left hip, the right hand to the inside of the right leg and sliding down. Just stopping at that first edge where you just feel a little bit of resistance. Keeping that left shoulder back, taking another breath in. And exhale, soften to maybe a deeper edge. Maybe you're just there. Remember, there's nowhere to go, no perfect pose, just what feels good for you. This is where we become more conscious. We're accessing that consciousness. Again, if the left hand wants to come to the shoulder, it can, or maybe up. Your gaze can be down or forward, or maybe up towards that left hand. And just pressing it back a little bit, not so there's any pain anywhere in your body, but just to open the chest. Good. And inhale, slowly come back up, lower the left hand. Keep your legs where they are, let them relax for a moment though. Whole body softens on another exhalation. I'm a sigher. Good. So again, legs active and strong. We're going to come to a forward fold so we can bring our hands to the hips. So remember, we're hinging. We're not flexing the spine. It's just at the hip creases. So we keep the heart lifted. The lower we come, the tail lifts. And we fold forward. So take a breath in, be tall. And exhale, slowly hinging. You're going to keep the chin tucked, the heart forward. And if it feels more comfortable for support, you can bring your hands down to your thighs. Hopefully your chair is not slipping. Good. Lengthen from the tail through the back of the skull, out through the crown. Lifting that tail upwards towards the sky. And on your next breath in, you can bring your hands back to your hips or slide your hands up. Coming all the way back upright. Let's bend one knee and then the other. Place your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. And again, take those deep breaths. Releasing any accumulated tension on your exhalations. And again, if there's any movement your body requires, just follow that. Go with that. Being fully absorbed in this experience, in this moment. And letting your eyes open once again. Ready for some standing poses. All right. I suggested having a block. If you don't have a block, maybe just a little cushion or a towel, or you don't have to have anything. It's just something you might want to experience as we come to our standing pose. So let's stand. You can keep your chair where it is. I'm turning mine. So let's place the block between the thighs. With the feet about hip width apart. That's 2 fist distance. It's not the outer hip. It's the inner hip where the joint is. So if you had your fists here and open them, they'd be about there. Toes are forward, heels are just a little bit apart, coming into our standing mountain pose first. So maybe even lift the toes. Press into all 4 corners of the feet here, so you're really feeling grounded, and then let the toes slowly come down. Maybe they can stay wide. With practice, they'll open and be more grounded. This gives us nice stability and strength. And the block, if we squeeze it, brings everything to midline. It stabilizes our low back, and we can feel nice and strong by pressing down into the feet and extending up through the spine and crown. We want to have the shoulders relaxed, slightly back and down, not squeezing towards each other. The chin is tucked back a little bit, parallel to the floor. And let's enthusiastically reach the fingertips towards the earth as we continue to press into all 4 corners of the feet and lengthen all the way up the spine, squeezing that block. It really helps to bring the body into alignment, nice alignment here. Good. I'm going to turn to my side. Stay where you are. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So again, it's a hinge at the hips. I think all of you remember that. Not rounding. We want to avoid rounding the spine like that. So let's take a breath in. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Or actually, let's bring our hands behind us. They can be the backs of the thighs or the upper buttocks or lower buttocks. Take a deep breath in. Bring the elbows back towards each other, lift the heart, and exhale. Keep the chin tucked and slowly hinge forward, squeezing that block, pressing into the feet. And you might stop right here. You can bring your hands to the chair if that feels right, or you can bring your hands to your thighs. And you might come further. Generously bend your knees. See how much I'm bending my knees as I come down? And you can, again, hold the chair or place your hands on your thighs and breathe here. If you feel really comfortable here, you can go further. It's up to you. Maybe you want to come down, but generously bending the knees. And you can bring your hands to the floor. I'm not recommending this for everyone. You have to know your body. So be where it feels good. So this keeping our knees bent is protecting our low back, and it's also stretching those low back muscles. Keep breathing in and out. Good. And pressing into the feet. Bring the hands back to the hips. Slowly come up. Good. And you can release the block. You can place that down. Good. Good. Just let it go. Just feeling and being. Nothing else to do. So now we're going to prepare for sun salutations with the use of the chair. So it really comes in handy. Let's stand with our feet hip width apart, just as we did, mountain pose. Imagine you have that block between your thighs, squeezing that block, pressing into the feet, and again, extending right up through the spine and through the crown. Notice if your knees are locked. We don't want to lock them back. We want to keep them just a little soft. And take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, lean forward, shift your weight to your left foot, step back on your right foot. Place the whole foot down and bend your left knee. And lift the chest and look up. So we're getting a nice stretch in the back of the right leg, the calf. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And take another deep breath in. And exhale, see if you can step back with your left foot now, coming into downward dog. We've done this before. We've isolated this pose. Want the hips above the heels approximately. Lift your tail, pull the navel in, and reach the hips back with your arms as best you can alongside your ears. Remember, if your shoulders are uncomfortable, you can bring the hands over to the sides of the chair a little bit more. Bending the knees is absolutely acceptable. But lift the tail and let that length arrive in the spine, pressing back with the tail, reaching forward through the arms and the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in, slowly look up to the back of your chair and step forward again with your left foot. Take another breath in and exhale, step forward with the right foot. Relax, breathe, and feel. Just feeling the experience of energy shifting, moving, and healing our bodies. Good. And preparing for the other side. Standing again in mountain pose, feet hip width apart. Pressing down, extending up. We begin with a nice long spine. This time taking a breath in, shifting our weight into the right foot, bending the knee, leaning forward, and taking that step back with the left foot. Keep the feet hip width apart. And lift the chest and look up. Roll those shoulders back. Breathe deeply here. Feeling that stretch now on the back of the left leg, calf, maybe the hamstrings. Keep that right foot pressing down in the back heel. Take another deep breath and exhale, step that right foot back, coming into downward dog. You might want to walk back a little bit further. Nice and long in the spine. Remember to bend the knees if that feels good. It's not about the legs here. This is about lengthening the spine, creating space between each vertebra. Lift your tail as you press the hips creases back and reaching forward through the arms and the crown of the head. Let the belly pull in a little bit. You don't want it drooping down. And inhale slowly, again looking up at your chair and stepping that left foot forward, or the right foot forward, excuse me. Lift the chest, look up. One more breath in, and exhale, step the left foot forward. And if it feels right, let your eyes close. Otherwise, to have just that soft gaze and experiencing the pose, this movement in the body, this shift of energy, and letting it bring you back to that conscious place, that stillness, that emptiness, our true nature right here. And then opening our eyes. And we're going to prepare for a little balancer. So let's stand with our feet hip width apart, a little bit just away from the chair. We're going to take a breath in, standing tall, and exhale, step forward with your left foot. Come onto the right toes. You know what? Let's come to the side of the chair. You'll need a little more space. So stay where you are, but just come over to this side. And step back a little bit. All right, feet hip width apart. Take a nice breath in and step forward with the left foot. Good. Keep holding that chair there, but stand tall and bring the right leg up. And you can stay right here. Maybe the toes are on the floor. You can experiment with releasing your hand from the chair. And we can go further with this, but you may not want to. I'm just giving you the suggestion. You can maybe bring that foot back and hinge forward at the hips. You can hold the chair if you need to, or play around with that. And then inhale, come back up. Doesn't matter how far you go. And again, you can just stay right here. Maybe the knee comes higher. And then again, exhale, bring it back. Only if it feels right. You don't have to do that. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, lower the right foot. Relax, relax. Again, only closing the eyes if you have your balance. Good. Good, let's come over to the other side. So I like to come back a little bit. Just take a step back. Good. Take a breath in and exhale, step forward with your left foot. And then inhale, shifting the weight now. Right foot. I'm mirroring you. Step forward with the right foot. And inhale, bring that left foot up. And again, see how this feels. Again, maybe just here. Maybe you want to work on your balance here. You've got the chair for support, but keep that right foot grounded and lengthen. Maybe you want to hinge forward, bringing that foot back. You might want to explore releasing your hand from the chair as you do that. Again, it doesn't matter how far you go. We're really strengthening our leg. Inhale, bring that left leg back up. Press into that right foot. Keep the height. We don't want to collapse. And exhale again, only if it feels right. Hinging forward. Good. Maybe just a little bit. Inhale, come back up. And exhale. Lower the left foot. Relax, breathe, feel, and stay here in this experience. And the fulfillment that's found right here. The body relaxes, it lets go. We just feel that peace. Good. And opening your eyes only when you're ready. Let's come behind the chair this time again. Preparing for goddess pose. All right. So let's take a nice wide stance. As wide as feels comfortable. You don't want to feel, wobbly or anything. And just as we did in the wide leg forward fold, we're going to turn the feet out 45-degree angle. Okay. So what we do in this pose is bend the knees, and we want the knees going in the same direction as the toes. So if you need to send those feet out a little bit more, do that. If your feet are too far apart, bring them closer together. All right. So find where it feels good, because the knees have a tendency to want to come in if we're tight in the hip flexors. So we want to press the knees back so the knees are over the ankles. You may not be as wide as I am, and that's fine. Notice if we start coming forward, we want the upper buttocks to come down, the tailbone in, the belly in, and we want to lengthen. So let's straighten the legs. That's the position we'll be coming to. And you can keep your hands on the chair, or if you like, we're going to inhale out and up and exhale into cactus. At any time you need, just keep the hands on the chair. Press the elbows back. Keep the pressure in your feet and that length. The tail is down and in. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Just slowly, very consciously let your knees bend as you press them back. Keeping the elbows back. You don't have to come very far. And then inhale, come out, lowering your arms anytime you need to. And exhale once again. Bend the knees, press them back. Good. Inhale, come up. And exhale. And inhale, come up. And exhale. Now there is an option here, but now that we have the chair in front of us, it might not be possible. But maybe a little bit. You can try a forward fold here. You don't have to, you can come out too. So take a breath in if you'd like to try, and exhale, hinging forward at the hips. Be careful that everything doesn't collapse in. We want to keep everything lifted and open. And again, this is just optional. Oh yeah, I can hinge forward with my chair in front of me. Good. Keep the chin tucked and in. Keep the elbows coming back. Don't let the shoulders creep towards the ears. Keep them back and away. Breathe deeply, and then inhale, press down into your feet, slowly come back up. Straightening the legs, lowering the arms, and slowly heel toe the feet together, step the feet back. You're gonna feel a lot here. The heart might be going. Just bring all your attention right there to all the sensations in the body, and let it bring you to a deeper state of calm and peace. Witnessing the breath change, come back to that natural flow. Giving yourself the time you need, but opening your eyes when you're ready. Once more, I'm turning my chair. You don't have to move yours. This is another balance. You might be going, oh no, notice that. That's a reaction in the mind. So stay present moment by moment, because you'll be okay moment by moment, right? No judgments. So let's bring our feet hip width apart. Let's take a breath in, shift our weight into the left foot, the left leg, and just let the right toe come back. Good. We're going to inhale and bring the left arm up. Good. So standing strong on that left leg. Remember, your left hand can be on your shoulder if that feels better. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart, and exhale. We're going to keep that weight in the left foot and lift the right toe off and place our hand on our forehead, so like we're saluting. Good. And then inhale, reach, lengthen, lift the heart, lift that leg and arm, and exhale, bend that right knee, bend the left elbow. Good. How's everybody doing? Inhale once more. Reach opposite directions as we lift, and exhale, salute. And inhale, lower the left arm, the right foot, and just take those breaths to recover, feel, and be. Remember to sigh. That releases so much tension. Good. Ready for the other side? All right, let's stand with our feet hip width. Standing tall, pressing into the feet, extending up through the spine, shifting our weight into the right foot. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, bring the left foot back on the toe. Inhale the right arm up, and we want that lift here. And take a deep breath in, and exhale, bend that left knee now and salute with the right. We're also bending the right knee. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that before, but you probably saw me. Inhale and straighten everything out. Lift, And exhale, bend, salute. Experiment releasing that left hand from the chair maybe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, one more salute. Feel the strength required in your leg here. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower that right hand, the left foot. And again, just take it all in, what's happening in this moment. Feeling calm and peace every step of the way, bringing that into our lives. We will always find some struggle will arise, but we can use our practice to keep us calm and centered and grounded. So you're welcome to have a seat now that you've worked pretty hard in your standing poses. So you might be feeling a little bit of unsteadiness in your legs because we've really done some good work there, but that's good. Not pain. All right, so let your body relax a little bit. Feel free to scoot back and lean against the back of the chair to fully allow your body to recover. And come right back to that easy flowing breath, the Durga Pranayama 3-part breath with Ujjayi sound. Slowly letting your eyes open again. So we're going to come into pigeon pose because it's so nice to open our hips. We've done this before. So just find a comfortable position on your seat. And we are going to cross the left ankle on the right thigh. And if that's not right for you, if you have that block, you can keep it down. There are 3 heights. You want the outside of that left foot resting on that block. So that's going to give you the opening that's helpful in this pose for the hip. So if you all reach up to the thigh, you can be here. And that block can be a book, anything that works. A little smile. You might right away feel tightness, so just rock that knee a little bit. Take a fist maybe and pound around that thigh. Remember, this is the largest joint in the body. It can hold a lot of stuff. And sometimes stuff is released when we open up that joint. So we can be prepared for maybe some emotions to come up. All right. And that's a good thing. It's always a good thing. So make sure that left ankle is flexed. So this is going to engage the muscles of the knee to protect your knee. Want to press into that foot on the floor. Make sure your sits bones are grounded. Maybe bring the flesh out a little bit. Using that foot on the floor and your sits bones to again gain length in your spine, shoulders back and down, chin tucked. Take that deep breath in and exhale. We're going to hinge once more forward at the hip creases. This may not be comfortable for you to go anywhere. You can just stay right here. That might be the perfect place. You might feel a lot of stretch in that hip, so don't force it. But let those exhalations relax where there's tension. Let your attention be anchored right in the place where there's the most restriction. And as if you had lungs there, breathe so the breaths are deep and just visualize it, that breath expanding into that area of tightness. And maybe it'll come a little bit further, but we don't want to engage the mind because the mind will say, oh, go further, right? Or else fear might come up and keep us from going further. So just dissolve all your attention into the sensations and breathe. Ujjayi Durga Pranayama breath. That Ujjayi breath is very, very helpful at our edge. And at any time you'd like more challenge when you're in this pose, you can come into cactus with elbows back. And this also helps the heart to stay lifted and open. Sometimes we come a little rounded here. If your hands are on your thighs, then just maybe pull on your shin a little bit to keep the heart forward and the shoulders coming back. And breathing. Good. So just note your state of mind at this moment. Are you relaxed? Are you content? If not, maybe take a look at your pose, examine your position. Maybe you need to adjust or come out a little bit. Good. Those exhalations help to soften not just the body, but the mind. Quiet down. On your next inhalation, press into that right foot on the floor. Slowly, consciously come back up. And just take your right hand to your left knee. Your left hand can come behind your chair, depending on what kind of chair you have. We're gently going to draw that thigh into the chest to lengthen as we also press down. Get nice and tall as we're coming into a twist. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly, twisting left. Belly, then the ribs, then that left shoulder, but keep the right shoulder back so you keep broad in the chest. Maybe turning your gaze left. You can do this in increments. Every exhalation maybe going a little further. You don't have to go all to that edge at once. There may be several edges. Notice how the exhalation helps you relax. You can relax your left ankle now. It doesn't have to be flexed. And your next breath, keep the height in your spine as you slowly come back to center. And as you exhale, just let that left foot come down. Breathe, maybe close your eyes momentarily between sides. Letting go, letting go, letting go. In our yoga practice, we can begin to recognize our reactive patterns, how we react when things come up. And as we become more and more conscious, then we can respond more appropriately rather than reacting. Getting to know ourselves a little bit more and opening our eyes with a big smile. And for the other side, bringing the right ankle on the left thigh, flexing that ankle. And again, notice if this is already tight. If that's not good for you, bring your foot down onto that block. This is going to give you a nice opening. All right? You don't want to be in pain. That's the last thing. You know, they say no pain, no gain. Well, with us, you've heard me say this before, some of you, no pain, no pain. So keeping that ankle flexed, protecting the knee, pressing into that left foot. Again, rocking if you need to loosen up, pounding if you need to, right? Ooh, we can have some tightness there for sure. Okay, so again, pressing into that left foot. Just stay right here if you need to, right? This is perfect if you're feeling tightness. Otherwise, on your exhalation, beginning to hinge forward. It might be just 1/4 of an inch, right? The mind is going to say it wants to go further, not the body. So we really just stay focused inside. This is meditative awareness. And just every breath out, relax. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, your toes. We don't need to be tightening anything up. Just we need that support for the spine and breath. And again, only optional if you'd like to bring your arms out in cactus. Or maybe here you just like to stay rested. The hands can be on the hips as well. If you're afraid your shoulders might be coming forward, roll them back and down. Just let your hands be on your hips, but keeping that right ankle flexed. Drawing the toes towards the knee. Deep breaths in and out. Little smile. Ujjayi Dirga Pranayama, ocean sounding 3-part breath. Relax as much as you can. On your next inhalation, press into that foot on the floor and slowly come back up. Exhale, release. And now we'll bring our left hand to the right knee. Right hand can be out the back of the chair, wherever it feels right. And drawing that thigh as best you can into the chest. Again, remember, never forcing. Relax that right foot now. Take a breath in, press down, get tall. And exhale, begin your twist. A little bit at a time maybe. Twisting from the belly, the ribs, the chest. But keep the collarbone area nice and broad. So if that left shoulder starts coming forward, just bring it back. You want to feel as though the shoulder blades are gently coming towards each other. Keep that pressure in that foot on the floor. Maybe you can send your head all the way around to the right, maybe your eyeballs too. One more deep breath in, slowly coming back, but stay tall in your spine. And exhale, let that right foot come down. And let's widen the feet. Just a real quick forward fold for our low backs after our twists and other poses, and then we'll come into Shavasana. So feet at a 45-degree angle, arms any position if you want them cactus or on your thighs or your hips, whatever feels good. Inhale deeply. Exhale, begin that hinge forward at the hips. Chin stays tucked. As you lower, begin to feel the tail lift, shoulder blades gently coming towards each other. Reach through the crown. Doesn't matter how far down you come. Deep breaths. So nice for the low back. And on your next breath, let your feet press down and slowly come up. Step your feet back together. Again, leaning forward, scooting back, finding an upright position, making any adjustments you need to relax deeply in Shavasana, our final pose where we can integrate all that's been released, connecting and aligning with body, mind, and spirit. So let your eyes gently close and scan your body for any discomfort and make any adjustments you need. The feet can be further apart. Hands can be on the thighs, palms up or down. And when your body feels totally relaxed and comfortable, maybe you even need another stretch or movement before you settle in. That's absolutely fine. But when you're ready, when your body's comfortable, again, simply send your attention into your breath and consciously allow those exhalations to expand through the body, letting go, letting go, letting go. Just focus on the release. Focus on the movement of breath in the body. And witness that change in the breath. The more you relax, the more soft and shallow the breath becomes. The movement of the body becomes more subtle. But this occupies the mind and keeps you calm and rested as you. And the moment you notice the thoughts coming back, just gently return your attention to the breath when that thought has dissipated. Again, feel your soft breath. This relaxed body. Notice if you feel a little more ease in your body, a little more comfortable in your skin. And slowly coming back, Let your body begin to move a little bit, maybe just wiggling the fingers and the toes. Feeling free to allow those movements to become larger, maybe into the ankles and wrists. And then just letting the guide of sensations that arise to move your body however feels appropriate, however you feel led by this energy. And when you arrive in a place where you feel complete, just come back to seated position with your eyes closed. And let's bring the hands together in front of the heart. It's always nice to have a sense of gratitude for everything we have, but also to ourselves for being here, for showing up. And please join me as we chant one more sound of Om, closing our practice. Let's take a deep breath in, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling fully. And then inhaling deeply. As you open your eyes, feel this contentment and peace. Jai Bhagwan. Victory to the divinity within you. Thank you again for joining me in Gentle Yoga.